Welcome back to Here's the Juice. My name is Leongos. On my right over here is David Lucas Chang.
Hey yo, honka honka.
Ooh, ooh. On my left over here, we got Bradley Cree Chowace.
Hey.
We'll be continuing our segment on the top 21 MCU movies.
That's right.
All right. So last time we left off with number 16.
Yes.
Now we're on number 15. So if you don't mind me starting it off this time, number 15 for me, the 15th best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie for me would be Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Whoa.
It's a little curveball. That's what we call curveball here. That's something these two didn't expect.
What?
That's a strike out in my book.
I would say just coming after the success of the first Guardians, I still like this movie. I still think it had a lot of heart, especially with the moments with Peter Quill and, Yondu. That really got to me. It was a great movie. I loved it. It's just compared to the other movies for me that are above it, it might be because it just wasn't as good as the first Guardians. And the Guardians was just that good that, this might not be the place where most people put this, but because it's not as good, I put it lower. I was expecting a little bit more from it, but that's just me.
Well, don't worry, people. If
I thought the comedy could have been better too, but that's just me. But I still love the movie though. So
again, if this is your favorite movie, don't worry. I'll be defending it.
Savior.
I'll be defending it. Don't worry.
All right.
For your 15, Brad.
My number 15. Okay, so I said I'd mention the reason why Ant-Man made 16.
Yes.
17, sorry, is because Ant-Man and the Wasp made number 15 for me. So now there's only one really solid reason why it rounded out the top 15 for me.
Okay.
We did watch it in SD San Diego, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
It was an experience, but I had already watched it before that point, and the only thing that I really loved about this movie is like the ending when they, spoiler alert, when they find the mom. It's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah.
So now, if you guys don't know, Michelle Pfeiffer originally played Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Catwoman.
So now that's a jump from DC to Marvel. So I was like, right on. MCU's got Michelle Pfeiffer. That's the only reason why I love the movie.
And watch her go to Dark Horse.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why it made 15 for me is because
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Because Catwoman. Yeah, okay. Catwoman is now in the MCU.
That's dope.
So other than that, like the movie itself was all right.
All right.
Well, speaking of cats,
David.
On my 15, a different type of cats.
Oh.
We have the Black Panther on 15 for me. Wakanda did not make top 10. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir.
So explain why here. Explain why, because
there's a lot of things going on. Okay,
might offend a few people.
I know, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Because I don't want to be a faker. The thing is, the title is called Black Panther, right? Am I right or right? I'm right.
You're right.
You're right.
You are right.
Out of all the 10 characters, or 12 or 13, 15 characters in there, Black Panther was probably the least favorite character, or least noticeable characters in there.
So he wasn't the star.
Yes,
he wasn't the star.
He was definitely not even. Okay. He wasn't even top 10 on there.
Killmonger, man.
Like Killmonger's, like the dad was even better than him, right?
Oh wow.
And
Shuri was a big surprise.
Okay.
Everybody had way better stories than Black Panther. That's why I felt like if the movie's called Black Panther and Black Panther is not the best part of it, it really throws you off, right?
No, I feel that.
Because Killmonger, he's like one of the best parts in there, right?
Yeah.
He has a good backstory, everything. I think I put M'Baku was also my top characters in there.
Nice.
M'Baku, man. M'Baku. He made me laugh. Like, he's like, I'm going to eat your child. Like, never mind. We vegans or vegetarians, right? Oh, that's pretty funny, man. M'Baku got me there, yeah. But I got to say, art and costume, they deserve to get the Oscars. They look nice.
Okay.
The way they set up Wakanda, the technology.
I feel you.
And like they kind of like mixed all the cultures into their armor.
No, I get
that's badass. The capes were shields, the beads were something else to communicate. They were all cool stuff, right? And it had a reason to be there. That's why I think that's the best part of it. But T'Challa, I don't think you're the best part. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, moving on to number 14, Bradley. What do you think?
So this is a little
Again?
Black Panther actually made number 14 for me.
I'm defending this one. Hey, boys.
So
Boys and
actually
girls,
for me,
I'm defending this one. Don't
for me,
worry.
I thought it was a really beautiful movie. There's like so much beauty to the movie. But same thing. I didn't feel like the movies above it for me. Just enticed me a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No,
It just enticed me,
100%.
like, because I've never like heard of the character Black Panther before, like maybe like a couple of times, but like,
Okay.
you know, so going into this movie, I was like, okay, let's check this out. But I do have to say, I really like the like boring sort of brothers, like the dynamic of the whole family, and like the whole like how they do the royalty thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really liked
Yeah.
sort of the culture and the customs.
Like challenging for the throne.
Yes, and the art in that. Oh, the art in that movie was so beautiful.
The soundtrack,
Oh my god.
And you go in Wakanda, like, oh my god.
Yeah, and it's like just, it's a gorgeous movie.
No, I get you. Kendrick Lamar, dude, like,
Soundtrack
that was
is
like
amazing.
heat, man. That was pretty heat.
I never freeze.
Never please. But yeah, so well, my number 14th spot for the MCU movies would be. I don't want to disappoint you guys again. It's Avengers 2. So Avengers: Age of Ultron.
That's on your number 14.
That's my number 14. I think that they had a lot of heroic moments in the movie. I think that, you know, it shows a lot of those hero shots.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I think Joss Whedon did a great job on that. You know, he did a great job in the first movie. I just think it was a little bit too cluttered. And it felt a little bit rehashed from the same thing that we saw in the first movie. Right? There's a huge army. They gotta fight the
Get
huge
together.
army. You gotta get together. You have those heroic shots. And don't get me wrong, that's awesome, man. But like, I just feel like a lot of these storylines that they had were a little bit weird too. Like Thor having his little dreams in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Felt so off for
Just,
like Age of
dished
Ultron.
everybody.
Yeah, and they cut stuff too from.
Yeah, yeah. And
Weirdly cut,
Like
yeah.
he had his own movie. Like he does his own
Yeah,
thing.
that was-
And it was weird. And then on top of that, I didn't like what they did with Hydra at the beginning. Like the action scene was sick.
Yeah.
But they hyped up Hydra as being still a threat in the world with Winter
Yes.
Soldier.
Yes.
So I thought, hey, you know, maybe they'll do something a little bit more with them. But they just boom, they're done in the first instance. They might reoccur in some sort, you know, later on, but it's just not the same. So I think a lot of those different elements and Quicksilver's death to me was kind of underhashed.
Yeah. No,
Right, I think it's also because Days of Future Past came in the
Yeah,
same
and
year,
then
the year before or the same year, and their Quicksilver was so much more badass.
it was just
Moving
really,
bullets
It was
and-
very inconvenient for the actor to have to play another Quicksilver after like.
Yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
good
Evan Peters
performance.
plays such a nice, and it's,
Yeah.
you know what happened? They were both in Kick-Ass.
yeah,
yeah.
I always see that meme.
They were both
I
in
always
Kick-Ass.
see that meme.
And they're both
When you
Quicksilver.
realize Quicksilver's are best friends.
Yeah.
And listen, they were both scrawny kids back in Kick-Ass, and now they're fucking jacked. They're like Aaron Taylor Johnson is
huge,
jacked
man.
now, man. He's fucking
Yeah, man.
jacked.
Yeah, so
Fuck yeah.
Anyone could do it.
Yes. Yeah. And
all right, how about you, man?
for my 13,
14.
Already,
Number 14.
for my 14. Yeah, I think we talked about this before in our last podcast, but it's gonna have to be Ant-Man. Yeah. And
what?
like, yeah, the first one. It is funny. Paul Rudd is a funny guy, and he gets me
I love
every
Paul
time.
Rudd.
He's so funny.
Love Paul, right?
But I still say the little girl, his daughter, still steals the scene for every time she's on there. She's
Okay, I
so
get
cute,
you on that.
adorable,
I
and
get
she
you on
she
that.
gets this like good connection with Paul Rudd. No one to joke with her. I think she's pretty good. Besides that, I just feel like it's another like it feels kind of like Iron Man, right? The villain's like exactly the same power, shrinks, but just evil.
Yeah,
That's it.
the reverse.
That's it. Yeah.
Same power as the protagonist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
I get you.
think
I get you on that.
But the shrinking visuals are really cool though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the shrinking visuals when they become small, like it looks so cool. And there's a tiny
playing the
dude
toy
in
sets.
the grass field. Even the train scenes, right?
Yeah.
It's a funny, it's a comedic action scenes, right? Where the train's coming, like no, and then it's a tiny choo-choo train. Yeah,
And it falls over.
yeah, that's funny.
cut back
those are good when they were battling in the helicopter inside a briefcase. Stuff were going big and small.
Yeah.
It's good CGI.
That's
good
true.
CGI, yeah.
Well, yeah, moving on to number 13. How about David? You want to start this one off on your 13?
Okay. This is when stuff gets a little hazy. man.
Okay.
Lucky number 13.
Controversial territory here, guys.
Oh yes.
Little did you guys know, but this guy's favorite character is actually Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
And on my list, 13 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right. Oh, man.
And the reason why it's on there is because
Okay.
I think it came out a time where it's been we have so many different variations of Spider-Man's already.
No, I
so
feel
like,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of tired, even though it's cool to be like, yo, Marvel, you got Spider-Man now, you can do so much more. It just feels like, I've seen like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. We've seen so many Spider-Mans now. I want to see them do something else.
Okay.
So when I first heard the Spider-Man was gonna go to Civil War, I was like, ooh, that's cool. And when the movie came out, it was just like, it's another Spider. Even though it's not like origin story, it just felt like it's another Spider-Man movie. I want to get something different superheroes out there.
Okay.
But what's
Makes
good
sense.
about it is that Tom Holland did a really good job with Peter Parker. I think he did a good job with Peter Parker.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And Aunt May is just smoking hot. Yeah. So that's always a good thing.
Makes sense. How about you, Brad? What is your 13th?
It's the exact same one.
Really?
Oh
the
my
exact same
god!
one.
See, we don't know this beforehand, Nate. This is a
Homecoming.
surprise. This is a surprise.
It's not that it's a bad movie. It's
No.
not, and like I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Like he's been a big part of my, life growing up. Like Spider-Man's been on TV. As you said, there's like a million Spider-Man. But for me, it just, even it should be warranted like a good movie, but just because Batman's in it, right? As the
Yes.
Vulture.
Yeah.
But same thing. It's like I felt like we could have.
Yeah.
We could have did more. Like I didn't. After I watched it, I was like, that was a really good movie. But I kind of like forgot some of the stuff that happened
Yes.
in the movie. You know
I'll
what
be
I mean?
defending it, guys. Don't worry.
I kind of like forgot. Like, wait, what? Why was like it just wasn't. I don't know. It must have not rang true. I still like the movie, and like you said, Tom Holland does a great Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the way he jokes and the way he's
Yeah.
like
Awkward and stuff.
I think out of the three actors who portrayed him in films, I think Holland is probably the best one to portray him. Close to the comics.
And younger too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Younger
Okay.
too.
So that's my 13th pick.
Okay. Well, my 13th pick.
There's also Spider-Man.
No, it's not.
Look at a bingo there.
It's another great character that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Is it the,
Captain
oh, no, no.
America 1, the first Avenger.
The first Avenger.
And most people would put it lower on their list.
Okay.
But I don't think you guys have put it on your list yet, right?
It's gonna get
Showing
there.
up
Yeah,
yet?
it hasn't,
Hasn't shown up yet?
Hey, Cap 1 underrated, by the way. I think it did a great job establishing the character of Captain America, not only as a dude, with the super soldier serum, but the actual heart of the character.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's carried on throughout the sequels.
Yeah.
In the next Avengers movies, that's why he acts that way. That's why you like Captain America. He's still the same kid. Like that scene when he's getting beat up in the alleyway. I can do this all day. They repeat that in Captain America 3.
Every time he's in a movie.
I can do this all day.
Every
so-
time he's in a... I can do this all day.
He never
It's all
changes.
day.
He never
It's all day.
changes. He
I
never
know,
changes.
And his heart is still there, and I think
Yeah.
it was just a great origin story. Had a lot of heart to the
Yeah.
movie. I like the score. The score was awesome with
Really?
the
Which part of the score?
his theme, his main Captain America theme.
Ah, okay.
Dun, 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 right? Like,
But when he
dun,
did the
dun, dun,
theme, he
dun.
wasn't actually battling. He was just doing propaganda.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my god, he's just. And
Oh no, that's a different one. That's a different one.
That's a different
That's
theme?
where he's singing. That's
Yeah.
a different theme.
And he
But
did an old
yeah,
school
yeah.
shield.
Yeah. Got punched a hole in it. Like, he got
Really,
dented
yeah.
by Red Skull. But yeah.
It's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but that'll be my 13th pick.
But there's one good scene that I think you should talk about. Like one of the best scenes in here. This is why Marvel movies are Marvel movies. When the thing, the scene where the grenade gets thrown.
Oh,
And the
yes.
only person who gets there is a scrawny ass guy. Goes there, skinny guy, crumples up, and he's like, it's a dud. It's like, yeah, that's why you picked the right soldier. Because
Yeah, but he would've done it.
That's why
he
you
has
were
heart.
chosen.
He would've
has
done
heart.
it. He
has
would've
heart,
done it.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
you were
I'm
chosen.
like, that scene gets you like super emotional. Like, wow.
Yeah, man.
He was ready to
badass.
give his life.
Yeah, I'm like, you good, man. You
Yeah,
good.
so.
Without hesitation, he
Without
jumped in.
hesitation, people.
Right.
So
Heart
yeah,
of a hero.
that would be number 13 for me. Let's move on to number 12 on the list.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start this one off because it's
Please.
already been mentioned before.
Okay.
It would be Thor 1. So the first Thor movie. I enjoyed it. I love the soundtrack of it. I loved how they introduced, like you were saying in the beginning of the last video, where we talked about introducing the ice giants, introducing the
Sort of
dark,
the
lore, that Lord of the
it
Rings shit that they put in the beginning with the wars. I really love that. So
Yeah.
hey man, I enjoyed it. I
It's
think
like
it was
Greek
a great
gods,
movie.
eh? Felt
Yeah,
like Greek
yeah,
gods.
yeah.
Viking
I felt
style,
Norse
too.
gods, you know. But I liked it, and I think that a point that I don't think you guys brought up yet was that by bringing Thor to Earth, it brought him down to a more human level. So he wasn't as overpowered. I think taking away his power, stripping him of this power, and showing him who he is is a great introduction.
Yeah.
And I know you guys love the whole expansion of the world, but I think by doing it in Midgard, as the first movie, stripping him of his powers, making him so vulnerable is a great introduction to his character. So he's not just overpowered like Captain Marvel. You know, I can't relate to you. You're not vulnerable. So I think that by stripping his powers, I think they did a good job doing that. And I like Thor ever since. But yeah,
they had to start from Earth, but like I think something could have changed or done better, even though it's on Earth, right?
Yeah. How about you, Brad?
Yeah.
For my number 12, so this one was already talked about as well, but my number 12 was actually Iron Man 2.
Okay, yeah, I feel
We talked about this already.
Yeah, we talked about
Watch the last video.
just Iron Man 2. It just expanded Iron Man world, right? And it was the third movie after, and like it went Iron Man, Hulk, and then Iron Man 2, right? Yep. So it basically like led the cavalry charge.
Oh yeah,
because 100%. Hulk, let's face it, it kind of failed, right, at trying to like expand the universe. So Iron Man 2, they kind of, like
pushed it a little bit.
They pushed the envelope a bit more.
Yeah.
You know, and I like it for that.
How about you, David?
Number 12, right?
Yep.
Did you know that number 12 is actually pretty high for MCU movie now? Because we're halfway through now.
Yeah, we're halfway through.
This is like two
there.
more movies from
at the top 10.
Top 10, right? So this is actually not a bad spot. And this spot's going to be for my boy, Doctor Strange, Mystic of the Dark Arts. This is when they actually introduce magic to MCU. And you get to see some trippy stuff. So if you watch that movie not sober, you're going to have some real good time or real effed up forking time. Either way, you're gonna have a good time. But again, like Marvel aren't really good with their villains because
that was like
they hired Mads Mikkelsen, who is a great actor, and they have him play Calicius. Is that the right name? Calicius. Calicius or something. Right? But then like he's not even the real villain. It's like Dormammu.
Yeah.
And then like Dormammu was a bigger villain, but when he actually go off to face Dormammu, I think we wanted to watch more like magic versus magic, more stuff going on.
Kind of like we saw in Infinity War with him versus
yes.
Thanos.
Oh yes,
I want to see that.
Exactly, yeah. But then like I guess they just did it a easier, jokier way, like Dormammu, I'm here to bargain, and just him dying,
annoying the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Which is like I'm like, oh, this is funny, but it's like taking away all that time he trained for magic, right?
Yeah, I get you.
It's like wow, I guess it's you don't have to be that good. All you gotta do is a time stone. If you just focus on the time stone, you could be anybody.
Yeah.
So it's like really tricky on how you use a time stone nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Just be careful. You miss the time, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to number 11 on the list. Who wants to start off on this one?
This is the last one for.
This is the last one for this video.
I'll start this one off because I think we talked about this as Age of Ultron is 11 on my list.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you talked about it, right?
Yeah, it was number 14 on my list.
Well,
Nice.
It's such a weird like edited movie, like I said before, and like a lot of scenes like I don't even like the action scenes there, like because the other Avengers movie before that was really good, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to like replicate another like same type of feeling, same type of vibe. The villain's the same thing, like you said, repeated itself. You have a big army. If you just take out the big boss, then everybody just dies, and that's exactly the same thing as the Chitaris, right? You take out the big guy, whole army goes clumping down, right? And then in the comics, Age of Ultron was so much more scarier. They're way more like strong. Like you can't really defeat the Ultrons in the comic books. I don't know if you guys read them. And in the trailer for Age of Ultron, they play that scary ass song like "No Strings Attached on Me," and it's like some slow Pinocchio like remix of the scary Ultron. Like that scared me. I'm like, is this gonna be really dark and serious? But turns out it's another jokey Age of Ultron movie. And the comics is completely like the whole world's going to shit. No one can take down Ultron, and he's killing heroes left and right. Like he's just as strong, right?
Yeah.
But in this one, he's not as scary. He's very smart. He's almost like a poet, eh? But the best parts of Age of Ultron is I gotta say are the scenes where they're having a big ass party. They're having all the Avengers having a good time drinking.
Yeah. Oh,
Stanley drinks this like strong ass like drink, and then he just like fucking passes out. And like they're trying to get the hammer. That's my favorite scene. They're trying to pick up the hammer. And fucking War Machine, Tony Stark's are like, are you even lifting? They're just like going at it. And like Hawkeye's just like, yeah, I got this, but he can't. He obviously can't lift it. And then you see Captain America just tipping over.
Slightly
see Thor
nudge it.
just like getting a little bit, ooh, this guy might actually, yeah, what's going on, right? And even the barn scene was, right? The barn scene was, you got to see a little civil war. This guy just ripped apart a fucking like wood with bare hands. They show me, yeah, right here. I'm that strong. So I'm wooden, yeah.
So my number 11 on my list would be Doctor Strange. Similar to how you had number 12 for Doctor Strange, and I think it's very similar reason. I thought it was dope with the visuals. I thought having those weird like fucking trippy ass shit
and the
going
folding
on.
and
Yeah, like dude, that was insane. Like the visuals department really laid it on for that movie. I think they did a great job. So definitely that movie in particular had an amazing cinematography to it, amazing visuals. But again, I think the Caecilius villain kind of...
Caecilius?
Yeah, Caecilius dropped the ball, and I think Dormammu also dropped the ball, considering I played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and he was badass in that game.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, I was expecting something more, but still, it's still a great film. Still number 11 on my list.
And that's not bad. Being on number 11 is not bad.
You're halfway. You're halfway. You're almost top 10.
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange was an amazing movie. I liked it overall. It's like a lot. So how about you, Brad?
My number 11 actually is the same as this guy's over here. Age of Ultron.
Oh my god,
How does
we're so
that-
similar.
Okay, so one of the things I really liked about Age of Ultron, it was the introduction of Scarlet Witch. Seeing her, like almost like playing with all the Avengers' minds. She like goes in and like puts all these visions in their head.
Yeah.
And it almost turns everyone crazy, right? That's what actually turns the movie, like almost everyone's like turning against each other, like you're working against me, what?
Yeah.
But it was all because of her like little mind trick, right? Another thing I really liked is when they were in the vision and Tony Stark sees, like he's in space, right?
Yeah.
And he sees all his like Avengers buddies like look like around him, right? It kind of sort of heralded, for me, when like personally, it heralded like, okay, something big is coming now. Like you kind of, they kind of gave it away.
A build up.
Yeah, but now this is like, okay, it's getting super serious. Like we're seeing visions of like dead Avengers. Like they're sort of kicking it up a notch with sort of like
and it came true.
Yeah, and it's coming true.
The vision came true.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, I really liked. This is the scene at the end where they're like, the whole thing is raising up. Sokovia's raising up, and I liked how they sort of set it up for Civil War.
Yeah.
The Accords, they had to draw them up, and it's like, oh, you know what's happening now? Cap is gonna, first Iron Man, we're gonna get that whole arc. Overall, it was a great film, but I didn't like how they did Quicksilver. Dirty. Yeah. That was so dirty.
You didn't see that coming.
Like
what? You
come
didn't
on,
see
like
that coming. Oh,
he's
come on.
super fast and he can't outrun bullets. Like,
And like
I understand he was saving the child,
Right.
but like you figure something.
But he had to die.
Yeah.
And then it had to be Quicksilver.
So lame.
But like Hawkeye got a lot of funny moments there.
Yeah.
When he ran away, he's like, nobody would even know. Nobody
had his
would even
little
know.
family
You about to
moment.
shoot him?
Yeah, and I really liked
Family
actually that
moment.
moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was one of the scenes I really liked because throughout the Avengers movies, we see sort of like little team building scenes. Like you were mentioning in Ultron, there's this one team building scene where they're doing the hammer thing, right? Also the same thing, they're doing it at Hawkeye's place. They all kind of have to like hide out for a bit and then they're all kind of like this weird dysfunctional family for like that little time being, Thor like goes away and does his own little thing. But for that little moment, they're all in like a little house and like doing the whole like you said, chopping wood and like doing the family thing. So that was a nice little way to like just show team building amongst the Avengers.
No, I feel you on that.
And Thor stepped on a kid's Lego and just kicks it under the rug. Sweeps it under the rug.
He's always had some good humor.
And he dips. And then he dips.
That's the one thing I like about the Thor movies. Is just Thor's humor.
Yeah.
I love Thor's humor. Well, that does it for the list for now. Stay tuned in the future for more of the top 10 now out of the top 21 list. Definitely check out our audio podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, and Google Music. By the way, we are also doing an extra segment. If you guys want to know more about us over here, know more about us behind the scenes, definitely check out our Detox podcast, Sunday Detox. Definitely check it out. It will be on audio only. However, it will be on, again, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music. So definitely check that out. But definitely, before you guys go, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Peace.
Peace.
Boom. That was sick.